Myles, we just heard you joking on the court with your teammates about them feeding you the ball and you taking advantage. But what do you feel like clicked for you so much early in this game, and how did you ride that the rest of the way?
I've just been aggressive lately, man, and I think that's the way I got to play. I feel like too many times in the past, even like the past in my career, I just passed up a lot of opportunities and kind of try to go with the flow. But I know that I'm very confident in my game and I'm very confident in who I am as a person. And I put in way too much work not to, at least get some looks up. So I've just been being more aggressive and having the good graces of the team, coaching staff, just to go out there and be myself. A lot of that's a credit to to Rick, and ever since he's been here, he's just really encouraged me to play my game and encouraged me to play within myself. So yeah, man, just complete confidence and just trying to keep that rolling the rest of the season.
Is there a meeting, a moment, an instant that made you go, okay, I need to be more aggressive a little now or going forward?
I was watching film myself. Just when we were on the West Coast trip, I was watching film myself, and I saw way too many times like. I just didn't even make myself an option, just letting the defense off the hook a lot. And, yeah, like I said, it's just a mentality shift more than anything. And, it's continuing to work.
We've asked you a little bit about your fit with Pascal in the front court, but you kind of can both make it easier on each other. Now he's had a practice. How did you feel that tonight, and where have you felt you guys already grow together?
It's two vets in the league, man. I think that, it's easy to make reads, with him because – either he's going to go score and my man's going to help, I'm going to be open, or, vice versa. And he's shown what he can do. He's a great ISO player. I mean, I think he sees the floor well. Obviously, he had a triple-double tonight. Sees the floor well, plays a lot of passion and energy. And, he fits right into our mold. And it's been fun to see him just slowly, find his way here.
When you're playing Joel, even holding him to 31, you can use your word holding because he just had 70 the other night. I mean, what did you feel like you did well on him defensively? And it seemed like you made a point of making sure that you were defending without fouling. Just what did you feel like you did well handling him in that matchup?
Yeah, I feel like in the past with him, I've got myself in foul trouble a lot just in the beginning of the game, first quarter, first half, had to sit most of the half. So now just, mixing it up, just not giving him a steady diet of one look and just, he's gonna score his points, you know what I mean? But it's just making it harder on him and whatnot. And, like I said, I think it was by committee tonight. I think we had a great game plan for him. Everybody was committed. Everybody had my back. And, sometimes you just stare him in the face and just hoop.
What's it take just to maintain that kind of discipline? Because he obviously wants contact. He wants to get to the line. He wants to body you. I mean, what did you have to do to kind of keep yourself out of those positions? And what would you go into, like, intentionally trying to avoid?
I still want to, be physical and still meet him, at different points. But, he has certain tricks, certain like rip throughs or certain just ways to get a shot off that sometimes that you're just not going to be able to contest. So, like I said, just making it as hard on him as possible. Tip your cap every now and then. He's going to hit shots, and then just push the other way. Just keep running. I think a big game plan too is to run the floor.
How just helpful was it yesterday to get Pascal integrated into all of this? I mean, and it seemed like you obviously had a pretty good synergy as a team. I think you had 7 guys in double figures. I think 35 assists on 53 buckets. I mean, just how important was it to have one practice yesterday to just kind of get him sort of fully integrated and everything and to be able to click just team-wise like you did tonight?
Yeah, I think that at this point in the season, in January, you don't get a lot of practice time. So it's hard to just tell somebody, hey, this is what we're due. Go out there and do it. You know what I mean? So the fact that we had at least, hour and a half, 2 hours just to kind of integrate some stuff and, at least just talk to him like, yo, when we're running this play, I like to go here. Or Drew says, hey, come over here. I'm going to get you the ball here. Just getting that synergy as opposed to just making, stuff up off the fly. But that's just the best part of our offense, though. Everything is a lot of it's free flowing. We don't run too many plays. A lot of it just go out there and make something happen.
I know you were talking about just wanting to be more aggressive early, but I think you've only been held to, I think, single digits like twice all year. I mean, it's pretty good. Hit them all. I know. But point of the matter, you've been consistent is the point. What do you think you've done to achieve that? What's been the most important thing for you to reach that point of consistency like you have?
Just I think in the past I get frustrated. I think I've been on a dry spell. Just my 3-pointers. My 3-pointer have been dropping like the way I wanted to, but I think that I allowed that to affect me in the past. Whereas now it's just you flush and you move on to the next shot. Shooter got to shoot, and I think I've just embodied that mentality. Moreover, I think just open up all parts of my game, and I'm a 3-level scorer. I'm very comfortable in the mid-range. Obviously, I can shoot threes, and I can score inside. So just making the defense pay. Picking the poison.
Myles, Rick has always said that you know who you are. You've always known who you are, one of your greatest strengths. But how have you known when to maybe grow or change who you are in relation to the game just throughout your career?
If not me, then who? Honestly, I think that's the way I just view it. I'm at that point in my career now where people try to label you and people try to say, okay, he is who he is. You are who you are. the goal as a player is to get better each and every year. And I'm as healthy as I've been. I think I'm as smart as I've been. Up to this point, like I'm just starting to really, study the game a lot more, continue to be a student of this game. So I know myself, and also trying to improve upon myself each and every day. And I'm just gonna continue just to hoop, man. This isn't the last of my good play. I know that I can be better than I already have been. And, if I continue to embody that mentality, things will swing in your favor. And I think the big thing too, man, just keep my faith in God. Like I think that's another thing that I've really leaned on a lot more, just as I'm becoming a man myself, and just going back to my faith, and my upbringing, that my parents brought me in. So just having more faith in myself, have more faith in a higher calling, and just being me.
We had the right approach to the game. We had a great attitude toward this game, and we made it our kind of game, and that made a big difference. Siakam was obviously tremendous. Sixth triple-double in his career, first obviously as a Pacer. So you get a power forward with a triple-double, it's pretty special.
Rick, they came into this game with a top 5 defense. What do you feel like you guys did so well on offense to be able to consistently score all night?
We were aggressive. We were aggressive. We had an attacking mindset, really at both ends. Things got a little ugly at the end, but this is how NBA games get. They get ratty, and you just got to keep things together and finish it off. And the guys did a good job of that.
Before the game, about Siakam potentially handling the ball a little bit more going forward. How do you keep that message to the rest of the players who have been here all season about making sure he's involved and keeping him, with the ball in his hands throughout a night like this?
I don't think there's a lot of messaging needed. I think our guys are pretty aware how he can help us. I should say the many ways that he can help us. I'm pretty sure our players are aware of the many ways he can help us. And, it's game 4. It's still early. A week ago today, he was playing for Toronto somewhere. So, but Pascal just has such a great vibe as a player. He's a player that you're drawn to as a fan, just because of how he carries himself and how much joy he plays with.
Myles and Pascal both have talked about how they can help each other in the front court on both ends, rebounding, matchups, things like that. How have you already seen their connection grow, and what do you feel like they did so well tonight to both do so well?
Well, both of those guys were significant pluses in this game, so it tells you that they're working well together. Again, one of Myles' best three-point shots tonight came on a play where the ball moved, Pascal got it, penetrated in, and made a late pass out. There aren't many 6'9" guys that make that play, that feel the nuance of holding it, drawing, and at the last second drawing the center in, and the ball goes out, and boom, you got a three-point shot, with 5 seconds on the clock or something. Those kinds of plays are special.
How important not how important. Myles obviously gets to play 27 minutes, held to 4 fouls. Seemed like he did a pretty good job of not fouling Embiid, and it seemed like he defended him the way that he wanted to. What kind of growth did you see in him in that particular matchup, playing Embiid basically the way that he wanted to?
Well, I said it before the game. I believe Myles Turner is going to get some All-Star votes, and he's deserving. Our team's 5 above 500. We've won a significant number of games without Tyrese. He's been a big part of that, and he's been very, very consistent. So I like his approach. There are times when he gets a little carried away offensively, but there were a couple of those situations early. He made the adjustments and played beautifully. And I know Embiid had 30 points or whatever it was, but he had to work for everything. And 2 or 3 of them were long threes, and then a lot of grinding twos in the free throw line area. And first play of the game, Myles gets the steal. He got 1 or 2 deflections. Those are huge plays.
He talked right before you came in just about aggression, about being more aggressive, about starting to look for his shots and sort of trusting the work that he's put in. Is that something you've kind of pushed him to do, and how important has that been? What kind of growth have you seen from him there?
Well, we tell all of our players within their skill set to be fearless, and in his case, when there's ample space and there's a big in front of him, he's got a chance to drive and Euro, he can do that. I mean, that's a play that we see him make. If there's a wide open mid-range shot, that's one thing. If it's contested or if it's a situation where he should have run all the way to the rim and didn't, then that's an adjustment that he has to make. And the threes, the best threes for him are the ones that come off activity to paint activity. And we're always best when he establishes inside first and then outside flows.
Rick, how have you seen Myles fight that plateau of in year 9? He was saying people want to tell you who you are or say you're only going to be so good. How have you seen him fight that plateau and still try to get better each and every day?
Well, there's always going to be noise. There's always going to be external noise. There's going to be people in his ear about things he should be doing. There's going to be the Twitterverse saying what they think. And, the job of a coaching staff is to manage all expectations as best we can, and the truth is when Myles Turner plays within himself to his skill set, he's a top center in this league. There's no disputing that. And this year he's done that.
You had a practice yesterday, and Rick talked before the game about, making sure you got the ball more often in this game than last game. How much of those adjustments came from yesterday, and could you feel that emphasis this game and how it helped you?
I mean, again, the amount of shots probably, can say that, but I think for me, just having that practice yesterday, just, again, some of the stuff that we do, like the concepts that we have, just being able to rep it, obviously I need more, I need more time, and the more I get out there with those guys, the more we gonna they're gonna understand what I can do best, and I'm also gonna see what they do, and we're gonna continue to get better. But I thought that practice was crucial, just to get out there, run some of the things that we do, and I just got to find a way to get more and more comfortable with it.
Good solid numbers even in the first quarter. Could you feel that right away that you and the team were figuring all of that out pretty quickly today?
Yeah, no, I thought we played with pace. That was the emphasis, before, in practice, talking with coach. And, I just thought our pace was really good. And when we played that way, I mean, I played against this guy, so I know how hard it is to guard that type of stuff. So I think that, we started well with that, and we kind of stuck it through the game.
Asked you about Myles before, but you guys linked up a lot tonight. Both of you had solid statistical nights. How have you already felt that pairing take off, and is it exactly like you thought? It's a really good match.
Yeah, no, definitely. Again, having someone that can space the floor, and again, that's something that I've kind of wanted on my whole career, So I think again, I just continue to communicate with him, make sure that he knows, and sees the reads, the way I see them, and I'll tell him today, just continue to space, and he's gonna have those opportunities again. I feel like I can create that advantage almost every time down the floor. So, he did well tonight, just recognizing that, and yeah, we're just gonna continue to get better.
I guess to stick on Myles, what impressed you about how he handled Joel? I mean, you've obviously dealt with him a bunch of times. He was able to stay out of foul trouble. It seemed like he defended pretty well.
Yeah, no, obviously we know how tough he is as a player. Be able to get to the free throw line, be able to, score in varieties of ways. I thought, Myles played solid on him. Was able to get a couple of steals out there, making it difficult for him. But also, it's a team defense. A guy like that, you can't really stop him by yourself. So. I thought, the coaches prepared us well for that, and I thought, we made it hard on him again. What did he have? 30 points? I mean, we played great defense. He had 30, so I think, he's a special player, and I thought Myles did amazing tonight on him.
I don't know if he asked you this already, but how much more comfortable did you feel just having a practice, under your belt, basically?
Yeah.
How much more just sort of?
Yeah, no, I feel, yeah, I'm responding to that question again, but like you said, I know it's okay, but I say it for you because you weren't here.
Thanks.
I feel way more comfortable, man, and that practice really helped me to just get to know some of the stuff that we do, and the more I do them, like again, I'm a quick learner. I'm a visual learner, and I'm a sponge. So the more I do these things, the more I'm gonna get better at them.
Obviously, I think you were one of 7 guys in double figures. I think guys had 35 assists as a team, and this is sort of how these guys have operated when they've won, whether they had Tyrese or not. I mean, just what was it like to be a part of it and see how this group functions? You know, when the ball is.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. Playing against these guys, so I know exactly what it is, and just to the speed of the game and just moving the ball and some like that pace is like I don't think a lot of people can guard that. So. Once we're effective with that, like, and we do that really with emphasis, like, it's pretty hard to guard.
Pascal, were you aware of how close you were to a triple double? And do you know in the game, like, okay, I need?
I didn't know. I mean, I think one thing that I said, like, I'm gonna go try to get rebounds. Like, that's like my mindset. Like again, the assist is gonna come. Sometimes you have him, sometimes you won't. But I'm putting an emphasis on like rebounding. I want to get better as a rebounder. And I think that this team needs it, like, and that's one of the challenges that I have, coming in here, and I'm trying to put an emphasis on that. And again, if I have high rebound games, I think again there's an opportunity to have those type of games. But I didn't really know like that. But yeah, when you get to like 8, 9, you kind of know.
And I saw Rico Hines today. You talked about the development he had in your career, helping you get to where you are.
Yeah.
Obviously, you work with Tyrese.
Yeah.
Can you just elaborate on what he meant to you in your career?
Yeah.
Obviously, he wasn't your assistant coach in Toronto, but I would imagine the Rico Hines runs, things like that, helped you get to where you are.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's just again someone that's always been there from the first day. I got drafted, like, and we've worked countless amount of hours on my game, and to be honest, just someone that's always there, like no matter what, like beyond basketball, and great person and someone I'm really close with, and I always love to see those guys, like when you go out there and we had a lot of great memories, and I just want to, like, I'm happy for him that he got this opportunity, but also I'm sure he's happy for me, and we were just talking about that, but yeah, he's a big part of my journey, and I'll always be grateful for that.
And the last one, I know you told JJ that you want this to be home, or it feels like it so far. Obviously, Masai wouldn't have sent you somewhere that you didn't see a future in. So, what so far has made Indiana feel like it's a place I can see myself being long term?
I think for me, like, I love the team. Like, talking to Ty, like, I mean, all those guys. I mean, from JJ to like I said, Ty. Like, all these guys have just been awesome. Front office has been awesome, and that's all you can really ask for as a player. Like, to go to a place where, from the fan base to the, like the equipment manager, like, this is just so much respect and love and appreciation, and it just feels good. Like, I'm that type of person, like I was saying, like, if I have a nice house, like, that's probably the only thing I really need. Like, I don't do anything, and like having appreciation and then a nice house, and you got me.
That decision coming at some point, do you just stay in the moment now? Like, how do you balance that when okay, I got another decision to make at some point?
Yeah. I think for me, like, I've always been a person that just focused on the present. Like, I want to be present, and I want to take in all these moments, and most of the time, like, in my life, like, everything that really happened in my life, like, again, like, just I feel like guys are always taking the lead on that, like, and I always trust that, and I just go out there, give my best, give everything that I have, and I think when the moment comes, like, the right outcome is always going to happen, and that's happened in my life forever, and I've always trust that. So I just got to go out there, be present, give everything that I have, and play the game that I love, and I know that things are going to work out.
Jeremiah, thank you. It felt like you guys really set the tone early on. Good?
It's on.
We're good. Jeremiah, thank you. We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Jeremiah, thank you. It felt like you guys really set the tone early and then were able to sustain it. Can you take us through not just the mindset early on, but how you were able to keep that going throughout the night?
I mean, we got a good mindset going in this game. We played good defense on Embiid. Team was pretty locked in. Everybody was talking. We got to do stuff like that every single night.
The third quarter was problematic on Tuesday after a really nice first half, but a completely different story here tonight. What do you feel like changed, and how were you guys able to do that so dramatically?
We mentioned that going into the third quarter. We weren't so good last game, and we had to be better, especially with a team like that, and take advantage and make the game a lot harder than it needed to be. So we did a good job.
You've talked already a lot about what Pascal can bring to this team and what he has brought a night like tonight with a triple-double. He's playing strong defense with you. I mean, is that kind of encapsulating what he's capable of?
Yeah, the triple-double made it look easy. He had like 8, 6, and 5 in like 8 minutes in the first quarter. So it's just the kind of player he is, the kind of, he can get his teammates involved, and he just makes us better. So it's great to have him.
You guys are 8-4 against the top 3 teams in the East: Philadelphia, Boston, Milwaukee. What does a stat like that say to you?
We get up for the big games, but I think it's more important for us to focus on, the not so guys at the top, and make sure we win those games.
And tomorrow is another high-profile opponent, but a back-to-back, even when they're home, are challenging. Is it kind of bringing that same intensity that you saw tonight? Is that the key?
Yep. Intensity, effort, team play.
The games that you guys have won without ties has been a pretty kind of clear, formula. You guys have, I think in all those games, had like at least seven guys in double figures, ton of assists. I think tonight was 35 on 53. I mean, just what works so well as far as just the ball movement in these games, the sharing of the basketball, the balance? I mean, what do you feel like has kind of clicked together for the offense as far as that's concerned?
I think that's been our MO the whole season. With tie, without tie, we always have one game and we have a lot of guys scoring the ball, and the ball's popping and moving, and we're playing fast and doing our pace after. So I think that's what we do and how we win games.
Just what did you like about it tonight in particular? What kind of stood out just in terms of the way you guys were able to, just the way that it clicked tonight?
I think our pace was better. We talked about it before the game, and I think we're just flying around on both sides of the floor and competing at a high level.
What was it like just getting Pascal integrated, especially getting him into practice yesterday? It seemed like you guys had not that it was bad to start with, but it seemed like you had a much better flow with him tonight. Just what kind of worked in terms of just getting him into the game and the way you guys play?
Yeah, it's going to take time for him to understand everything we do and get comfortable playing with us, and us getting comfortable playing with him. So practice is nice. Good to slow down things. But it's just going to come throughout the games and getting the feel for that. But he's an easy guy to play with, and he's an easy guy to plug in.
What have you learned in particular about how to best get him set up and what he can do for you guys, and but how to, make the most out of who he is as a player?
I'm still figuring it out, to be honest. He's super versatile. He can do a lot of different things. So you don't really need to stop what you're doing to really force it to him or nothing. He can just kind of get it in the flow, or we can kind of run some quick things that are kind of in the flow still to get him the ball. But yeah, he can hoop.
What did you like on the defensive end tonight? Obviously, we were able to make Maxey work for his, made Embiid work for his, and I think you held him to 7 of 29 from 3. Just what I just like about just what you guys were able to do, especially on the perimeter defensively.
I think we did a good job on Embiid as a team, really just stringing to the ball and understanding the scouting report that the coaches put together. And then, with a guy like Max, you just got to make it tough on him. He's going to score the ball. You just got to keep chasing him, make it tough, be physical, and match his energy.
What impressed you about Myles on both ends tonight? And, what the job he was able to do on Embiid, staying out of foul trouble, hitting some big shots. Just what stood out to you about him and also just his consistency for you guys?
Yeah, I'm about to say that. Myles has been hooping for us recently, and he's been hooping for us for a while. So he's doing a good job on both sides of the floor. He's feeling super confident. We all encourage him to keep going. And he takes these types of battles personally, I think, a little bit, and is super competitive in that sense, and that's why you gotta love that about him.
How have you seen him just grow in that? I think obviously Embiid's a tough cover, and I think it was tough, especially the first two games, to stay out of foul trouble for him. And just how far do you think he just came in the course of a few matchups playing against him?
Yeah, I don't know if he did a bad job in the first one.
Sure.
He averages 35 a game, so he's gonna score the ball. He touches the ball. He has the highest usage in the league, so you're not going to stop a guy like that. You just got to make it tough on him, and I think he's done a good job all year with that.
TJ getting to 3,000. How cool is it to see him hit that milestone?
Super cool. Everybody loves TJ, and I'm happy for him. I mean, he's putting the work and he does so much for our team. So it's nice to see him have success.